All right. Let's see here. Okay. Getting everything set up. Let's go to the live feed. There we are. Hey, everybody. And welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. There's the game. Hey, what's going on, Brady? What's happening, man? What do you mean, huh? Also, welcome. Yeah, you made it. This is the start of the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is so hot in this room right now. Temperature outside says it's 103 degrees Fahrenheit. That's crazy. The detective doth return. Indeed. Welcome, good sir. You gotta help me out of a pickle. We're continuing the game. And you haven't missed much. Say my line. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's it. That's the one. We're just waiting on a couple more people. Or some people. Some kind of people. There's our music. Oh, gotcha. What if I did that? And yet, if I go on my channel, I'm live. Okay. All right. Cool. Good. It is working. As intended, too. The correct title and everything. That's good. But also, it's not appearing in like the live streaming YouTube studio portion of where it should be. Try giving it a refresh. Refresh. I'm sending you my, yeah. Okay. I can't do anything on the fly because apparently not. But just some kind of virtual presence. Oh. What's going on, Fox? Welcome to the stream. How many people overall? One live, one watching. What? Okay. If I did a pop out, what would that do? No data? Of course no data. Why would there be data? So funny. Maybe it takes a while to update. That's fine. Who's in chat? Right now, well, we're hoping Andrew joins the party here. But my patron Andrew should be expecting, well, we have Fox and yourself, which is cool, but also Devin said they might stop by, so we'll see. But yeah. And then every now and then I get a hello from BGA Plays and some other ones too. Lawler Fry came back, which was cool. Alone in the mountains. Yes, exactly. Okay, I can see a little bit better there. There we go. Huh. Okay. Well, I can have chat here because I'm signed in here. So I'll be able to respond here when I need to. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, let's continue. Yep. Here we go. 22nd November, 11:38 a.m. Supreme Court of the Judicature Defendants, Antechamber 5. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. That was superb. My heart was in my mouth the entire time. It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there. You were drenched in sweat, your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and you were grinding your teeth. It was a grim sight, but before I knew it, you'd started finding inconsistencies in the testimonies. Ew, who is that? That's our good friend and basically Mia, right? This is basically Mia, but not Mia. It's a different character altogether, named Kasuma. Yay, Kasuma! Yay, woo! But I'm trying to like the voice for him, and that's what I came up with. It might change over time, but we'll see. I think you might have a natural talent for being a lawyer. Forget it! It's terrifying. If I get through this, I don't ever want to see the inside of a courtroom again. You dunce cap. Anyway, it looks like we've exposed your Phantom Lady at last. Ms. Giselle Brett. A student from Great Britain, is she? That's what I was trying to tell everyone from the start. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone. There was a young woman with him, like I've been saying all along. Yes, you have, haven't you? I might not be overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I am sure of. Yes, I can see that. So, about this young gentlewoman. Thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems. Did you see what happened with that? No, I didn't see any of it. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself, then on the floor, next to Dr. Wilson's table, I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor. And just after I bent down and stupidly picked it up, bang! Ah, I spelled it wrong, but you get it. The person we're speaking as is you're right in this case. The main character is Ryunosuke. Ryunosuke. So I got the O wrong. It's Ryu. Ah, I messed it up, but that's okay. You'll accept it for now. This can't be our new Mia? Oh man, I'll tell you what. If he dies in the next case, then he's our Mia, and then his brother will have to come and get into all kinds of trouble. We can call him Kazumaya. Bam. Got it. I didn't have time to think about where the sound of the gunshot had come from. There we go. If man dies, I'll definitely know that's me. He picked up a gun, putting his fingerprints on it. Yeah. We're so smart. We're about as smart as Phoenix Wright. So we're gonna make some mistakes, you know, to move the plot forward. Hi. Hello, cat. Here, I'll give you some distraction. We bought this cool, like, is basically catnip spray, right? We've been spraying it on things that we want the cat to, like, stay on or stay near. Come here. To kind of redirect the cat whenever she's bad. She knows what it is, too. Yeah, see? So, this stream is brought to you by making smarter cat decisions. Alright, and he bundled me into some sort of small pantry next to the kitchen? Wait, what? That's weird. Fast thinking by the detective, he apprehended his suspect without a moment's delay. Yes, and because I was shut in the pantry, I have no idea what happened outside in the dining area. This is like new information right here. Yeah. Ah, there you are. Well done, both of you. I imagine this is the professor, right? This is one of the... Oh, okay. Yeah, it is. Professor Mikotoba. Well, it seems I was right. The pair of you make an outstanding team. You've exceeded my expectations, I have to say. Yes, it seems you planned this from the start. You arranged things so I wouldn't be able to act as a lawyer in this trial. Our modern country is still in its infancy. Our justice system even more so. Which is why... Yeah, basically. He could be. I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest young stars overseas to learn all they can. I wanted to avoid this situation that may have resulted in your study tour to Great Britain being cancelled. So a little bit of background. This boy over here, the one with the mustache, said that the one with the headband could go to Great Britain from Japan on like one of those, like, I guess, like work study educational programs. And the only way, if we lose this trial and he's the attorney and not me representing myself, then if I lose, he would lose that opportunity to go to Great Britain. So I told him, nah, I'll just represent myself, and then you can go regardless of whether I win or lose today. So the stakes are a little bit low. I lowered them stakes a little. We could have let him do it. I don't know what that would have done, but yeah, that's the story so far. So that's what he's talking about. Well, it makes no difference. Lawyer or otherwise. If I'm the kind of man who can't help his best friend avert the worst crisis of his life, I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going to study overseas anyway. What? What are you saying, Kazuma? Kazuma. I don't know. So that's your stance. I was afraid you'd feel that way. Knock him out, boys! I'm just kidding. Kazuma? Well then, looks like it all comes down to you, young man. To me? Actually win or don't come home. Oh, no, he wouldn't be going home. He would just be going to Great Britain. He's from Japan. I think they're all from Japan, including myself. Yeah. Actually win or don't come home. Don't resume life, I guess. Yeah, in that you're gonna leave home. I guess, I suppose. You're just gonna be that 40-year-old, you know, in the basement. You know, if I'm not careful with that kind of talk, my wife is going to lock me in a basement. And then I can play all the video games I want and stream them. So, might not be, you know, the worst thing. Just don't aspire to be that. No. That's bad. Yes, you need to prove your innocence and uncover what really took place in that restaurant. I must say, I very much want to know the truth. After all, I have a personal connection to this case. Come to think of it, he said the same thing earlier this morning, didn't he? If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the victim? Yes, I did. As you're probably aware, Dr. John H. Wilson was a visiting professor at UMA. And it was I who invited him. Oh, I see. I didn't know that before. Anyway, you're about to go into battle. The victim was a university professor from Great Britain, and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking to identify and punish the culprit as quickly as possible. But let's not forget who we're going up against. That gentlewoman whose involvement our police bureau went to extraordinary lengths to hide. Yeah. We found an undercover police officer acting as a waiter at the time of the murder inside the restaurant. So he told some witnesses to be quiet. That's what happened last time. Craziness. Yes, and I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their disposal to quash your case. But I've no doubt you pair will make a good fight right to the last. Haha, put up. That's what I meant to say. Put up, yes. Best of luck. I like giving him a British accent. Even though he's from Japan. It's just funnier to me. Thank you. Now then, I believe it's tea time. It works? Yeah, I know, right? I need you to run an errand at the university at once. There's something I think we may need. British accent word. Of course. I don't know who that person is. Good luck, Kazuma-sama. Defendant Naruhodo. That's me. Ryosuke. Not. I don't know how to say this one exactly correct, but Naruhodo. Yeah. Court recess is over. Please make your way back inside the courtroom at once. It's time. Let's get back to it, partner. Naruhodo. Yeah. Naruhodo. Ah, Ryosuke Naruhodo. Yeah. Let's go in there and deal a decisive blow before those old fossils know what's hit them. Damn. All right. Cool. Kazuma? What? Thank you. Really? What for? Well, if you hadn't said you believed me, then I'm fairly sure I've already been found guilty by now. Pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure. Look, I have faith in you. As a lawyer and as a friend. Coming from you, that means a lot. White man brought out the stick. Isn't that illegal in the courtroom? I know! This man has a sword on him. And he constantly shows it. I don't understand. It's like weapons are allowed in court in this universe. It's so crazy. He's really gonna give up on his dream of studying abroad. That's the kind of true friend he is. So now he's put his stakes in either way, apparently. So even if I lose, and he loses. So, okay, so he's just gonna do it out of principle instead. That's crazy. So this isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely cannot afford to lose. Alright then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial. you can treat me to one of those sukiyaki meals I like from Yume Cafeteria at University Street. With an extra large portion, of course. Imagine saying that's a true friend, but what kind of friend are you to make him give up his dream? I know! Cat? Okay. Come on. You gotta stay over here, kitten. Come on. Oh, now you're crazy to get over there. Come on. Whoops. There you go. Alright. And we're back. 22nd November, 12:09 p.m., Supreme Court of Judicator Room 2. The court hereby resumes the trial of Rinosuke Naruhodo. Prosecutor Ouchie. Oh, you're gonna love Prosecutor Ouchie. Oh, he's so fun. God damn it. Alright. Prosecutor Ouchie, have you managed to subpoena the witness?
Yes, Your Excellency, against all odds.
I do, yes. Bro, that judge is not pulling that fit off. Ooh, solid blow to the judge. Ooh. That dripped off. It's bad. Yeah, it's Mr. Payne. That's true. Yeah, it's Prosecutor Payne. But this one's called Ouchie. So,
and thanks to a certain young stripling, the prosecution is now under rather painful scrutiny from the government.
Oh, sorry. Let the government scrutinize. That's their job. It's nothing to worry about.
It's highly unlikely that the good relations we've forged with Great Britain will emerge from this trial unscathed. Will you still think it's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down and our nation's founders?
What? Hold on, I read that wrong.
Will you still think it's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down and our nation founders?
That's not a sentence. That's not an English sentence. You have to keep going, or you have to qualify that somehow. That's not a sentence. Again, terribly sorry. If the friendship between our nations is really so fragile, then the treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on. You really have nothing to worry about, Rinosuke.
What do you mean?
A secret trial, anxiety over some foreign government's opinions, a bungled investigation, missing witnesses. Is this what our nation's justice system is? Is this the Supreme Court of Japan or of England?
Shut up! Shut up, you jumped up rookie boy! You and your friend know nothing. Nothing of the situation our nation finds itself in. By aligning ourselves with great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. Steady political maneuvering is what will secure our futures.
Come on, Rinosuke. Come on, man. I won't deny that I'm no expert. I'm just a student. And one who could arguably study harder, too. But standing here in our Supreme Court, there is one thing that I feel very strongly. A country that fails to uphold the truth in its justice system is a country with no future at all. Damn. Well said, Rinosuke, despite the wide-eyed look of terror.
You little brats!
It's so cold, yeah.
Ow, 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 ow. You're just being silly. Come here.
Okay, sorry, the cat really wants to play with my hand, so I gotta keep it out of her line of attack. Yeah, he called them out. Thank you, counsel. This court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system and exists solely for the pursuance of truth. With that in mind, this trial will now resume, with the next witness taking the stand. A visiting student from Great Britain, Miss Giselle Brett.
Yes. Your Excellency!
Wow. He really freaked out.
Oh, no way. No way, come on. Oh, that's a character. Oh my god. Well, what a delight it is to welcome such a fine gentlewoman to Japan, and from such a distant land.
Tea! Someone bring English tea! In England, no discussions take place without tea.
Is that true?
No idea.
So, could we possibly trouble you to state your name and occupation for the court?
Hosonaga. Hosonaga. Okay, I think that's the police officer posing as a waiter. Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I've been working undercover as the head waiter at
Yes, we know all about you already.
Inspector Hosonaga, where are your manners? It's in England, it's always ladies first.
Is that true?
No idea.
He sent over the Yeah.
More importantly, a little earlier today, you said something to me. You said your powers of observation are the one thing you're sure of.
Oh yes, I think I did, didn't I?
Yet your description for this amazing sight was simply a woman. Sorry, Rinosuke, but your powers of observation aside, your powers of description are sorely lacking.
Oh, guilty. Oh. So, dear lady, once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please. What, it's not a woman? Uh-oh. No freaking way. They can't even understand her? That's so stupid. I love it, though. Come on.
It's like she's speaking another language.
I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but what? I don't even know what this is supposed to say. What? There's like 4 mentions of ramen. I think that's millennial. I can't read this out. It's so stupid. Nope, that's not gonna do anything either. That looks like an @ symbol maybe, but that's about it, so. I'm the guy on the right now.
The lady says her name is Giselle Brett and she comes from London, England. She's a visiting research student currently enrolled in UMay University's medical faculty.
Faculty or facility? Alright. Oh my, what a rare treat to hear the dulcet tones of the delightful language of the British people. I'm afraid I don't understand a word you said, but it was beautiful as a hummingbird's song.
Oh my god. As far as I can tell, the detective is translating her words faithfully enough.
Yeah, I agree. You obviously do fine in England, Kazuma. Her English doesn't rattle you at all, does it?
Nor you. You've clearly been paying attention in your English class, Rinosuke.
The court thanks the beautiful lady for taking the stand. Now, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Miss Brett.
3 days ago, at a restaurant called La Carnival, a grim murder took place. The court has been led to believe that you were dining there with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time. Is that correct? Yeah. An English-speaking person can't understand a single thing she said. Makes sense. Yeah, I know, right? She says, yes.
This could take some time.
So even though she's studying here in Japan, she can't speak any Japanese? Okay, so that does confirm it for us. She's speaking Japanese, she's speaking English. She can't understand Japanese, so nobody can understand her English. That makes sense. I'm not gonna read it in Japanese because I don't know Japanese and I can't understand it. I wouldn't know what to do with it, so it's my fault, I guess. I know. Maybe what she said was so horrifying that the point was yes, but she wanted to say some other stuff. I don't know. That's common. Alright, also, I don't like this being over Kasuma's face. Hang on just a minute. Okay, so that is working, which means I can... Yoink! Wait. That's better. Okay. I'm gonna trip you out on this one, guys. And she's still going. She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. She says she was due to make a presentation at the university, so she had to leave immediately. Interesting. When you're the one who engineered her escape. I was just following special orders from the Bureau.
Well now, dear lady, would you be so kind as to cast your eyes over this photographic print? Seeing as you were so unfortunately present at the scene of the crime, could it be that your resplendent eyes caught sight of the wicked perpetrator, perhaps?
Apparently it was very frightening. And sorrowful sight. And a sorrowful sight, yeah. Do you mean to say? Yes, it would appear the lady did witness the crime. The very moment when the accused standing right there in this courtroom? Oh, it's still Hasanoga. The very moment when the accused standing right there in this courtroom shot the victim in cold blood. That's Hasanoga, not Inosuke. What am I doing? Cast your eyes. Could just said. Well, she's from England, dear boy. And there they like the complicated words. Oh, I'm kidding. If you're British, hi, welcome. I'm just kidding around. Did you hear that, Your Excellency? Here we have an absolutely conclusive witness statement. Well, it looks like it's clear now. Clear who our real enemy is. Well, you might as well take out that sword and cut her head off, because I think everyone in the courtroom is on her side right now. So we're going to have to switch that around. And unless you really, really, really want to draw that sword, put that back in its sheath right now. That is unsafe. Stop. Rinosuke. Quick, make an American joke to even it out. You know, it's not exactly American English. All them fancy words, we can't even materialize that in our brains. There you go. Solid American joke. We've butchered your language. I'm sorry, Britain. Anyway, unfortunately, I have to ask you to formally testify, if you please. Kindly tell the court the exact nature of this frightening and sorrowful sight you described.
What are you even saying? What, you can't understand my Texan accent over here, huh? I live in the deep woods, outside the deep state. Outside the influence of any ne'er-do-wells and rigmaroles. Yeah. We'll try to maybe get that voice matched up with a character later. Hopefully. That'll be fun, huh? Never mind, just get on with the testimony. No, come at me. I can argue against it. What do you want? A frightening and sorrowful sight. I had arranged to meet for a slightly late luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only a beef steak. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor, and they got into a fierce argument. Then, not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. This is a condemning testimony indeed. No! I didn't have any kind of argument with the professor at all.
Objection!
Quiet, you filthy wretch! Look at you, you black-hearted blackguard. And look at this snow-white angel. I'm sure even a dark-minded scoundrel like you can imagine those words the court is going to believe. Whose words? Not those words. Woman has a literal bird on her head. Yeah, absolutely. You couldn't have been the culprit, but you said it was the professor who had a gun. Actually, this is a great idea. So, if you're in the chat still and you have some theories about what I can press on or what I can do with that testimony, let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Especially you, Royal Detective. You're still making the same mistakes, Rinosuke. You mustn't blurt out when you're goaded like that. That's a lesson you need to learn. Ugh, but he's so annoying! Of course, I was at the scene as well. I took statements from this lady and the two witnesses who testified before and reported back to the Bureau. It was decided that Miss Brett was not involved, so I let her go. Professor who had the gun. It's interesting. How about we take the sword and put it to the prosecutor until he sings like a song? The testimonies... The testimonies of the last two witnesses were completely worthless, however. Well, even so, on the day in question, the lady was wearing the same outfit as she is today. As you can see, there is nowhere about her person where she could conceal a firearm. That's untrue. Under the hat. Under the swan on the hat. I would think she could hide a gun almost anywhere in that outfit if she wanted to, he thinks to himself quietly. Unless and until the precise location where the witness is to have hidden a weapon can be shown, this is moot. Facts under the dress. The hat is legit right there, bud. I know. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. Those are the witness's own words on the matter. Ah, this is ridiculous. If only I was allowed to lift up her dress, I could prove it. Are we really trying to justify that? Just pat her down, or have a female officer pat her down. Like, this isn't hard. But, I mean, if we were gonna accuse the lady like that. So on and so forth. Don't think about doing anything rash, Rinosuke. Irony. Oh. I just got that. But I didn't fire the gun I picked up. There must have been another gun there that day. You're right about that, which means this lady was hiding a gun somewhere. Yes, that's what we have to prove now. And to do so, we'll need to pull her testimony apart. Well, one of them is going to England and they can't understand her. Yeah. I feel like we had the same under the dress tactic, but different methods. Oh man. Like we had the same. Oh, okay, but different methods. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. That makes sense. But yeah, Fox, yeah. Kazuma is supposed to go to England and he still can't like understand everything apparently, or he understands enough and he thinks you understand enough to know that the waiter isn't lying. However, that could be a thing that we have to think about, so I'll keep it in mind. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Oh, yes, Your Excellency. Cross-examination. A frightening and sorrowful sight. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to save the game because every time we don't, I regret it. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Alright. Now nothing bad can happen. Nothing at all. Okay. I had arranged to meet for a slightly late luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day. Okay, I don't think there's... I do want to press her on that, but I don't think there's anything there. Pulling her outfit apart and finding the hidden gun compartment. Wait, why don't they call another translator? You know, for legal reasons? Actually, that is supposed to happen. You're supposed to have an interpreter for these matters outside of the parties. So the defendant, the prosecution, anybody in their parties cannot really be, even the witnesses cannot really be a translator. They need an official. Good call, Brady. That's absolutely correct. Has Phoenix taught you nothing? Press everything. Okay, fine. Okay. Oh, for the love of goodness sake. There we go. Good God. Alright, there we go. And then now... Yes! Yes! After 2 p.m., in fact. That's really quite a late lunch, isn't it? Objection! You don't keep up with the latest fashions from Britain, do you? Late luncheons are en vogue. Isn't that right? No. Oh, the first time we get to hear from Brett herself. No. A decisive English no that has quite a sting to it. Me who eats lunch at 3 p.m. Hey, don't even worry about it. I eat my lunch at 3 a.m. So, you know, there's that. I can't have my next meal until then.
I'm trying to fast, and it sucks. Yeah. So I may not be all there today. I'm sorry. The gentlewoman is currently working in the victim's research laboratory, it seems. So it was apparently a daily occurrence that they would lunch together. But on the day in question, the victim had another appointment at the clinic first. Yes, which we can prove from the medical report card that was submitted as evidence earlier. Okay. That's right. Miss Brett and the victim went to lunch following the victim's treatment, which is why it was so late. Yes, that all makes perfect sense.
Such wonderful logic. What a shining example of English intelligence in this fine gentlewoman. Or, this fine gentlewoman is. Okay.
He likes to end on prepositions, I see. Alright. So you both arrived at the restaurant? What happened next? Okay, so that didn't work, but we might be able to... That might be a hint at, like, what we need to bring out. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only a beef steak. I feel like this is wrong. Only because I need to look at my... Where are my things? Okay, so we have pictures. I would like to view it, please. Examine is space? Okay, cool. Alright, so this is the beef steak that the doctor... that the doctor's side had. So this would actually prove it. This would prove she's lying right now. Because it wouldn't have been served to him. I'm finna get him a court and get Edgeworth back in. I'm tired of sense. At least Edgeworth didn't stand for that crap. You're right about that. That was awesome. I'm gonna try this, but I must save first. Back. Okay. Options. Save. I want to know if I'm right. Okay. Back. Present. Yeah. I don't need the magnifying glass. You can put that away, please. Alright, cool. And then I need to present it. So it's R to present? Okay. Yes! That statement is clearly odd. Oh, that's a generic no, isn't it? Really? I was too ferocious, and I got caught on the side. Alright. Okay. Well, that's why we saved. Load. Yeah, that's not right. We could press her on it, though, and then maybe present that. Okay.
Yes!
He was unable to eat, you say? Try the other photo with food, why not? I mean, yeah. And that was because he just had a tooth removed at the Hata clinic, correct? That's right. You're supposed to actually check with the witness before answering. Was Miss Brett aware of that fact? It seems so, yes. She heard that the professor was to have some dental treatment. So that would mean... We're looking at the photo and you... Okay. That it was you who ate the steak pictured here. Isn't that right? Or is that right, Miss Brett? That's right, yes. The print you have there shows the table exactly as it was left after the horrifying events. I feel like, okay, if they're bringing all this up I feel like that the photo should have worked. Because he was sitting in the, or on the side with the stake on it, so. Exactly as it was left.
Dear me, what a harrowing experience. To have traveled to a distant island on the far side of the world and be embroiled in such a tragic incident. Have no fear, my dear lady. I swear I will crush the evil fiend that has subjected you to this terrible plight.
So the victim, Dr. Wilson, had nothing to eat or drink at all? That's right, other than some carbonated water. Just water? Yes, the professor was unable to eat, but he had been given permission to drink water. So it appears that the diners toasted their lunch with a glass of water each. Ah, that's bullshit too. There's only one glass. They had raised a glass of carbonated water. What do you think, Ryunosuke? About the witness's last statement? It's very meaningful. Yeah, it tells a lot. I don't even think she was there. Probably the statement that gets added. Yeah, okay. No, that makes sense. Yeah, because remember that pressing can add another statement to qualify everything, and then in that qualification is the discrepancy typically. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, my years of lawyering have not been... Game lawyering. I'm not practicing law. I am not bar associated. Bleh. Alright. That last statement of yours, Miss Brett, has a profound bearing on this case.
Well, well, how fascinating. Do tell us what this profound bearing is.
The significance of this statement will become apparent when the time is right. The defense calls for the witness's last statement to be formally added to the testimony. Yeah! Yeah, heck yeah. All right, cool.
Well sidestepped, counsel.
Very well. Miss Brett, kindly repeat what you just said to be added to your official testimony. Gladly, she said. She didn't say anything at all. That was brilliant, Kasuma. I'm going to remember that one. Which one? The significance will become apparent when the time is right? I could really use that phrase. Oh. The significance will become apparent when the time is right. I could really use that phrase. There we go. I'd hope there are some more useful tips you're picking up from this experience than that, Ryunosuke. Does she even understand anything? That's why you need like an interpreter, because the interpreter can clarify anything the judge or the defense or the prosecution says. Yeah, it's one of the reasons. I ordered a beefsteak for myself, and the professor and I said cheers over a glass of carbonated water. Is that the newly one? Is that the newly added one? Or is that the other one? She probably does. Okay, I'm gonna try something here. And it could be all for nothing, so. I'd arranged to meet for a slight... Oh. Dr. Wilson that day, I ordered a beefsteak for myself, and the professor and I said cheers over a glass of carbonated water. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor, and they got into a fierce argument. Then not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. Oh. Plot twist, she isn't real. It's the bird that's in control. Holy shit, that'd be amazing.
I bet you she speaks clear Japanese. Probably, yeah. Well, if she's... Okay, well, no, they were both, I guess, from England, so they would both be speaking the same language. I was like, how is she speaking with the professor that died? But then again, he's an Englishman, so that makes sense. Okay. Anyway. Okay. I feel like this is the one that got added, isn't it? Shot him right before my eyes. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. And that's the end of the testimony. Okay. So the one added had to be we toasted. Yeah, this one. Yeah, the drink thing. Yeah. Okay. Also want to check this again, the medical report. There's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction with the use of anesthesia. Extraction, so he had a tooth out. Yes, it sounds like just before he went to lunch, Dr. Wilson had to have a decayed tooth removed. They probably used laughing gas so he couldn't feel anything. It's the latest medical advancement in the West. Yes, I've heard people talking about this new idea of anesthetic. Now I'm trying to see, like, because I think there were special orders that he could drink water. So I just want to, like, clarify that first. It's impossible to imagine not being able to feel pain, though. There's a cautionary note at the end from whoever wrote it. It says, no food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off. So is there a discrepancy between water and carbonated water, or is it the same thing? I mean, carbonation really wouldn't affect too much, I don't think. Okay. I just wanted to take a look at that, and then I wanted to examine this. See here, it's only one glass. And then on the other, this over here is the flower. So this right here is not it. That's not the glass or anything. So this is the glass. The water's been drank, looks like. And then, yeah. Back. So we should present this one. It shows the whole table. Let's do it. How do I present R? Okay, so I have to go back and then press R.
Yes!
Present! That's it! Oh, looks like we got a winner. Let me just confirm something, please. It's to do with this photographic print. Just a short while ago, you spoke of this print showing the victim's table at the crime scene. That it was exactly as it was left. That is correct, the lady says. Well, that is, it's odd. Very odd. Dear me, what's odd is the defense's inability to express itself. Rinosuke, what is it about the print that looks odd to you? Well, obviously, it's the cheers. The cheers? Miss Brett just told us that she and the professor said cheers over a glass of water. But if that's true, there should be 2 glasses on the table, not 1. Ah! You're quite right, Counsel. That's only 1 glass pictured here.
Objection!
Are we supposed to be impressed by this nitpicking over minutia? What possible difference does the presence or absence of a glass make on the case?
Objection!
Minutia, you say?
Could it be that the detective here removed a glass from the table to conceal the lady's presence? Of course not. I would never do something so reckless.
But there should have been 2 glasses on the table. Or are you going to try to tell me you can clink with only 1? Oh, shit. No, 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 no. Ah, damn it. Okay.
You're quite right.
Sorry, clicked off of this. I wish this would go full screen for me. I don't understand why it won't. But okay.
I certainly took 2 glasses to the table. Inspector, what did the lady say? It would seem that it was Miss Brett who took the glass from the table.
What? Wait, hold on. Earlier testimony says she had no pockets. There was no way to conceal stuff.
It was all so terrifying, everything that happened.
Plot twist, someone ate the other glass. Yeah, it was Detective Gumshoe trying to inspect the scene, but he got hungry, and because he can't afford the restaurant's prices, he had to eat the glass. I think he'll be fine, too.
I panicked and thought I should try to hide the fact that I'd been there at all, she's saying. Good gracious!
Sorry. Oh! There, as I assured the court before, this is of no consequence at all. Oh, please. We must remember that this student had just murdered this lady's luncheon companion before her very eyes. Who could blame her for concealing a glass or 2 in her state of disarray? That's absurd. Oh, really? So do we take it that you are now going to accuse this vulnerable young and beautiful woman of mischief? What? No. This case, or this can't be put down to mischief. Okay. There we go. I did it. There we go. I'd like to know
Exactly how the lady took the glass from the scene. It would seem she slipped it into a small handbag she was carrying.
So she could have brought a gun. Thank you. Good night. Case over. Oh my god. Why can't they run ballistics at this stage in time? I don't know. Handbag, man.
A handbag, you say?
Yes, Your Excellency. A small, handheld pouch commonly carried by well-to-do women in England. So, the beautiful lady has very graciously explained how and why she removed the glass from the scene now. However, the fact remains that this glass has absolutely no bearing on the case. The student has been trying to confuse the court with logical reasoning, but in the end, it comes to nothing. Yes, logical reasoning comes to nothing. I just... Take Ouchie's advice. Yeah. No more pretentious accusations. You have wasted enough time already.
Indeed, the lady has offered a satisfactory explanation as to why she removed the glass. I think henceforth we can consider the matter to have no bearing on the case.
Object!
Counsel for defense, are you in agreement?
No! Well, I don't know, really.
Inosuke! If you want to pursue this matter further, you're going to need to show that it had some deeper significance.
Yeah, I can do that. Yes, you're right. So she took the glass away in her handbag. If there's a deeper significance there, it's... the handbag! Wait! The lady put the glass in her handbag, you say? Yes, do try to keep up. It's already been explained to the court that all English gentlewomen carry handbags for small items. Let me see. A little while ago, Miss Brett stated the following. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. About her saying something understandable. It's never gonna be brought up. unless it is later, I don't know. But what she forgot to mention was her handbag. In which it would be perfectly possible to conceal a gun? You're right. Well done, partner. I had a feeling you'd pick up on that too. What are you insinuating, you vile blackguard? It's really very simple. The gunshot was heard when the defendant picked up the gun from the restaurant floor. As he didn't fire that gun, we can deduce there must have been some other firearm at the scene. The true murder weapon, if you will. You can't seriously be suggesting... Inspector Hosonaga. Yes? Did you or did you not search Miss Giselle Brett's handbag on the day of the murder? Oh wait, that's not Kazuma. Damn it. No, sir, I did not. That's Rinosuke. As I thought. So, shit. Sorry about that. In other words, another gun. The one that was actually used to kill the professor. Could have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag. No! Order, order, order. What is the meaning of this, Inspector? The meaning of what, Prosecutor Ouchie? I am... Why on earth did you not have the lady open her handbag and show you the contents at the time? Thanks to your bungling incompetence, she now has to endure these uncomfortable accusations. Brilliant work, partner. Now we have a chance to expose the real woman behind the mask. Do you think so, Kazuma? Blood. Well, what a sorry situation. Clearly you have no faith in the police. As I said, I did not search the lady's handbag after the shooting. Simply because it was unnecessary. Unnecessary in what way? I ought to think the lawyer's student, really. Student lawyer, whatever your occupation says. I have a piece of evidence here that I had completely forgotten about. Oh, it's gonna be some bullshit. Here we go. This photographic print. There's the handbag! Wait, what? Hold on. No way. So she really took the glass? Why did she do that? Why would anybody do that? Also, what the heck is this right here? This is interesting. Is this a tattoo of a bull? What the hell is this? I gotta know. Alright. This print... This print is a photograph that I thought would be prudent to take immediately after the shooting. As you can see, it clearly shows Miss Brett's handbag. Well, I never! You can see right through to what's inside! That's right. Apparently, meshwork bags like these are the height of fashion in London at the moment. So the contents are clearly visible.
Exactly. So was there no need to search the lady's hand? So there was no... he's not asking a question. Exactly. So there was no need to search the lady's handbag. If there had been a gun inside, it would have been immediately obvious.
Ah!
As you can see, there's simply nothing to imply Miss Brett's guilt here. Thank you for helping to prove that, Naruhodo-san. Look how smug Ouchie's being. Jesus. Order, order. Don't worry about me, just dying here, proceeds to cough. Yeah. Inspector Hasanoga, you will submit that print as evidence at once. Certainly, Your Excellency. The photograph of the handbag has been entered into the court record. Photograph taken by Hasanoga-san after the incident occurred. It shows Miss Brett's handbag on a chair by the victim's table. I think you've had long enough to cross-examine the witness, counsel. Oh, come on! What? The court has now been shown considerable evidence. As the photographic print just submitted into the court record appears to have no further significance. No! I am satisfied that there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter. I must make my ruling.
Indeed. And there is only one logical conclusion. That the pathetic rookie slumped over the bench before... that the pathetic rookie slumped over the bench before us is the only possible perpetrator of this crime.
There we go. No! Just when I thought I was beginning to turn things around. I'm in a worse situation than I was at the start. Oof, look at Kazuma. Kazuma? I'm sorry, Ryunosuke. Now that the cross-examination of the witness is over, there's no way to force the trial to continue. What?
You mean this is it? I must say, you put up quite a fight for a rookie student, but the weak are meat, while the strong eat. You are wasting your time. There is no way to defeat true justice. A fact you can chew to your heart's content from the inside of your cell.
This can't be happening. Am I really going to be found guilty of a crime that I didn't commit? And Kazuma, his dream of going to study in Great Britain will slip through those fingers. Oh yeah, he loses too, in all regards. Kazuma? What? Is there really no chance now of turning this trial around? You heard the judge. There's nothing about that last photograph the detective produced that we can contest. Which means there's no basis on which we can argue for the trial to continue. That's wrong, but okay. Very well. I will now proceed immediately to the ruling.
It seems we will be able to report to the British government on time after all.
That smug little... Ryunosuke Naruhodo, having considered all the evidence... Yes! Wait! Your Excellency! Ryunosuke? I don't think you can rule on this case yet.
Objection!
This amateurishness is getting tedious. When His Excellency deems that the trial is over, he gives his ruling.
God damn it.
This is the most basic protocol of the courtroom.
Yes!
He means objection, but he keeps saying yes.
Your Excellency, just a moment ago you said this. As the photograph print just submitted appears to have no further significance, there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. Now that means that if there was a problem with the evidence, some significant detail, I mean. Oh! Then ruling on the case at this time would be out of the question.
Objection!
This is blatant straw clutching! Look at this photographic print. All it shows is the handbag the gentlewoman was carrying on the day of the question. There can be no problem with this evidence. Wrong? You better know what you're doing, Rinosuke. I understand your objection, counsel. Certainly, the new evidence submitted by the detective has not undergone the court scrutiny. I need to do some, vocal exercises before these things. However, I fail to see how we can glean any new information from this handbag. Ha! My thoughts exactly. Really, the prosecution is becoming tired of this rookie's desperate wheezes. Yes, I am desperate, but this isn't a wheeze. There's something about this photograph which just doesn't seem right. If only I could put my finger on it. Huh! Very well. I will grant the defense one final opportunity. Stakes are getting higher. There we go. Okay. What? But be warned that if I am unsatisfied by your response here, the trial will be over with immediate effect, and I will totally hammer you with this gavel. Do I make myself clear? Yes, Your Excellency. So, take another look at the photographic print Inspector Hasanoga submitted before. You will identify for the court where in this print we see the significant detail to which you have alluded. That. What the fuck is that?
Yes!
Yes. Look at this, here. There's a very unusual mark on the victim's wrist. That is true. It looks almost like a burn of some description.
Objection!
Dear me, I was pondering what new piffle you would come out with. A burn, you say, on the victim's wrist? Clearly, that has nothing whatsoever to do with the magnificent lady's handbag. Yes, that is a burn mark, you're right. Go on, Inspector. The police coroner also noticed it when he was performing the post-mortem examination. It was deemed unrelated to the cause of death, so he didn't note it in his report. What did I tell you? In any case, we have no idea when the victim suffered this burn, do we? And no possible way of knowing either. Looks like a fucking brand. If it's gonna be a burn. What else would that be? Looks like a bull brand. The more I look at it, the more I find myself intrigued by the curious shape of this mark. However, as Prosecutor Ouchie points out, unless a firm connection to the case can be shown, I cannot allow any further time to be spent on the precise details of this burn. Excuse me, Your Excellency. It would seem Ms. Brett has a lunch appointment with the Dean and other university staff. She would like to know if she may be excused from the stand now. Oh, of course, dear lady. We shan't hold you up any longer. I'm quite sure His Excellency is about to give his final ruling anyway. Wow. What's your thinking on this, Rinosuke? Do
you believe this burn does have something to do with this case? To be honest, I'm not really sure. But if I don't keep pushing, then it's all over. So I was thinking I should keep digging and digging, in the hope that I might uncover something useful. Ah, he's telling me to look in the court record, and I don't wanna. But I will. Is there, like, any mention of anything that might be relevant to a burn? So that's the autopsy report here. Okay, he has 2 burn marks, technically. He has one on his chest where he was shot in close proximity. And another burn on his wrist. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Yes, you're right. I am? If we can just link that burn to the case. If we can do that, we might be able to prise this shutting door back open again. Wow. What a word. Prize? Are you kidding me? With an S?
Just give up, Counsel. You can't possibly hope to do that.
Indeed, I'm afraid that without any evidence, I can't allow you to pursue what is little more than conjecture. But if we had evidence that irrefutably linked the burn to the victim's wrist on this case, then would you allow it? I would, yes. To tell the truth, I hadn't noticed that burn. But as soon as you pointed it out, what I did notice was the color draining from Miss Brett's face. Really? I have to find some link between that burn and the case. It's getting heavy. It's getting real heavy here. I feel like they're gonna back me into a corner here real quick, so let's save. Ooh, he took a deep breath. This is the moment of truth. It's time to find some evidence that proves what the burn really means. So then, the defense will now present its evidence to the court. The evidence that demonstrates an inextricable connection between the victim's burn and this trial. Return to question? Oh, oh god. Okay. Frick. Yeah. What do I do? Oh, there it is! There it is! There it is! Yes! The beef! The beefsteak! The plate! He was resting his wrist on the mark, on the bull mark there. Oh my god, I got it. See? Woo! We're gonna go back and present that. Yes! Yes, we will.
This is the one. Ha
Yes!
Shows what you know.
What's this, Council? Yet another print?
Yes, Your Excellency. I believe the photographic prints are an amazing invention. When we humans look at a scene, we miss things. But in a photograph, things we may have overlooked at the time are recorded forevermore. Haha. Do hurry up, rookie. What are you trying to say? To inconvenience this poor lady any further would really be quite inexcusable. Actually, we may need you to stay with us a little longer, if you don't mind, Miss Brett. You see, it's very clearly visible in this other photograph. How did the victim come to have that unusually shaped burn on the wrist? The reason is recorded here forevermore. What? How?
Objection!
You can't fool me with your little bluffs, boy. If that's your game, then let's see how it plays out. Show the court exactly what you meant. What is in this photograph that explains the reason for the victim's burn? Booyah. Read 'em and weep.
Yes!
The beefsteak? Actually, the point is the metal plate the steak was served on.
The plate?
Ah! Got him, indeed. Your Excellency, are you all right? Oh, man. As you can see, there's an emblem on the plate. I would guess it's some sort of trademark of La Carnival. Ah! This emblem on the plate and the victim's burn are exactly the same shape. Ah! Ryunosuke, you genius! You're spot on. Which means the victim must have suffered this burn while he was present at the restaurant.
Objection!
Oh, but even if that is the case, we can't know if it happened on the day in question or not. It could have been on the day before or the day before that. It most likely happened on some other related time. Well,
Objection!
Sadly, Prosecutor Ouchie, the chances of that are extremely slim. Thanks. Why? The outline of the burn is clearly discernible. Such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant. Oh, he's saying the anesthetic hadn't worn off, so he didn't feel the burn from the wrist. That's super smart. Wouldn't you agree, Inspector Hasanoga? Blah. I can't imagine him missing such... God damn it. I can't imagine having missed such a terrible disaster, certainly. There we go. God damn it. But... I would say, looking at the picture of the wound, that it wasn't suffered very long ago. And although it's not a particularly large burn, it's extremely well defined, as the defense just pointed out. This was no mild burn, that's for sure. Can you be more specific, Inspector? Well, let's see. If the plate was at around 90 degrees centigrade, a burn like that would have taken around 3 seconds. It's inconceivable that the victim wouldn't have let out a scream of pain then. I've been investigating at the restaurant for several weeks already, but I've not heard anyone scream at all. As the head waiter of La Carnival, I can testify to that without hesitation. But you You're a detective, not a waiter!
Yes!
There you have it. Something isn't right here. As the detective said, anyone who burnt themselves on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds would scream in pain. There's no question of that. And yet, Inspector Hasanoga never heard the professor scream, not on that day or any before it. That's right, and the strange thing is, on the day he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out either. What are you suggesting? Well, if the professor had carelessly laid his wrist on the plate for anything like 3 seconds that day, that would be beyond careless, I think, Counsel. Then the rest of us in the restaurant, myself, the sergeant, and the old antique dealer, all of us would, without any question, have heard him scream. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Ouchie? Huh? Well, yes, I suppose. So the question is, why didn't a single person hear Dr. Wilson scream? I almost don't believe it. Ryunosuke, do you think? Yeah, I can prove it. Can it really be true? I never dreamed we'd arrive at a conclusion like this, but it proves the time, it coincides with the anesthetic wearing off. I'm starting to think that maybe we've been led into a terrible trap. There's only one explanation I can think of to make sense of this apparent impossibility. On the day in question, when he suffered the burn to his wrist, Dr. Wilson hadn't noticed the burn. It's really easy. I'm connecting it to the anesthetic. Yes, the professor, being as absent-minded as usual... No! God damn it, don't say absent-mind... Yeah, he's just careless, guys. Was unaware of his hand falling onto the piping hot plate and didn't even notice the burn happening. You didn't even know the professor, and yet here you are, labeling him as a bumbling scatterbrain. How about I hold your wrist on a hot plate and we see how your bumbling scatterbrain copes? Perhaps the scream you let out will wake you up a bit. Well, it's nice that there's this frankness developing between us, partner. Don't call me partner after coming out with nonsense like that. I'm sorry? This is a critical moment. It may be very well our only chance to turn things in our favor. Oh my god. So come on, Ryunosuke, you can do it. Or rather, you have to do it. You're the only one who can. So, wait, hold on. We're not going to use the anesthetic still wearing off as the excuse? We're going to actually say he was asleep? That's dumb. That's so dumb. On the day in question, when he suffered the burn to his wrist, Dr. Wilson... This is bullshit. Why... Him being asleep doesn't make a whole lot of sense other than him being, like, groggy. He could have already been deceased, I guess? Is that what they're trying to get at? I know. Okay. No, if he was already deceased, it would be more than 3 seconds. He had to have woken up a little bit. And that was what Kazuma was trying to say. Let's see how well... It might wake you up a bit. So, maybe he was asleep. Try deceased? You think so? I think so too. I'm mad that it might be that. But it also creates a time of death. Like a precise one. And we could use that, actually.
You don't like the asleep one? Okay, I'm going with the Royal Detective's decision. Let's go. No man could remain silent while his wrist was burning on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds. That's clearly impossible. Apart from one particular situation. Counsel, are you suggesting? Yes, it's only possible if the man was already dead. Already? Dead? Knowing what we know now, it's the only possible explanation. When the beefsteak was brought to Dr. Wilson's table that day, the professor was already dead.
That's madness!
Because of the anesthetic? He might have been groggy, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, that's what I felt. Like, okay, he was a little bit groggy. The anesthetic, right, while he's alive, could be the reason he didn't feel some pain. Or felt it way too late, you know? That's my explanation, but... Order, please. Counsel, explain this absurd notion at once. The victim was killed by a gunshot.
That's right. That's absolutely right, Your Excellency. This is just another ridiculous ploy by the rookie student, but clearly he has no grasp of the facts.
Objection!
No, Prosecutor Algie. It's you who has no grasp of the facts.
I beg your pardon?
As soon as it became apparent to the victim that the victim had suffered a burn while at the restaurant, this whole case was turned upside down. Or have you not grasped that yet? Your Excellency, the court must hear from the witness again. If it's true, as we now believe, that the victim was already dead before the gunshot was heard, it's highly likely that Miss Brett knows something about it. Incredible. I certainly didn't anticipate this twist of events. I'm sorry to say, Miss Brett, that you will have to forget your luncheon engagement.
But Your Excellency...
I think this was the right move. I think Brady nailed it on the head. Otherwise, they would have told me to go back. The justice system in our country may be in its infancy, but rest assured, all reasonable doubt must be dispelled before I am prepared to pass judgment. Yeah, I know, right? What was that smile? That's pretty creepy, I don't know. Yes, of course, says Brett. Oh my god. I mean, I'd be delighted to help. What the fuck? She's speaking Japanese perfectly. They can all understand her now. That's what I take from this. Look at this. Especially if it helps relations between my country and yours. Dude, you called it. Royal Detective in the house. Freaking called it. Yeah, you did. And that's why we listen to our Royal Detective, everybody. That's why. This is it.
Miss Brett, you speak Japanese?
Nice.
Well, of course I do. I am studying in your country, after all.
That's funny. Okay. But then, why have you been speaking through an interpreter until now? That's not an interpreter. That's a police officer. That's different.
My mother tongue, the Queen's English, is the most refined and elegant language in the world. As a gentlewoman, I try to avoid speaking in your vulgar tones as much as possible. Oh, God. Okay. She's a real bad guy. Okay. Here we go. Ouch. But it seems the men in this land possess none of the chivalrous virtues of English gentlemen. So I can see that I shall have to lower myself to communicating with you all on your own level. Wow. Why have you been speaking through a faulty legal and... Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's gonna come with some penalties in a real court. Well, you are the epitome of a true English gentlewoman. We are truly honored by this. This lavish consideration you so graciously afford us. Good God, man, she's insulting you. Pull your head out of your butt. It's so far up there. It's so far up Ouchie's behind. Oh my God. Okay. I see. In that case, Miss Bread, I will now ask you to testify in your own words about the events leading up to the death of the victim, Dr. Wilson. Yeah, no kidding. That's a good one. Ouchie's been taking a lot, or talking a lot and being a... Yep, 100%. Archetyped correctly. Good lord. He pays for her Patreon too. Hey guys, don't forget about my Patreon. This is an interesting time to plug it. No, it's fine. There's nothing over there right now, so don't do it yet. When I have the free time too, I can spruce things up on my channel. I've been really busy lately. That's not cool. Anyway, back to the game. So, we're finally going to hear her own words on the matter. Things are getting interesting, Ryunosuke. Witness testimony. The victim's death. Unfortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burnt his wrist like that. When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. As far as I've heard, the post-mortem report showed no other possible cause of death besides the gunshot. If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. Poison! She poisoned the carbonated water. She took the glass that he drank from, so there wouldn't be poison found at the scene. That was her glass. Oh, I totally cracked it. I bet you that's what's going on. Well, no, there was no other cause of death in the post-mortem report. I don't know how, like, involved she can be with that. She made it look like a gunshot, so there was no other apparent reason to check for poison. Maybe that was the reason. But I thought during an autopsy they could tell. But then again, I don't know, like we should have been able to like bring the gunshot into this and match ballistics, but they didn't want to do that either. So I don't know the rules of this time period or land. But of course, this country's inferior investigative techniques probably wouldn't pick up on it anyway. Oh God. Wait, why didn't they take the glass from her? And since this isn't very advanced, they probably couldn't tell it was poison. Yeah. It's I think that's correct. So we're gonna keep the poison theory because we don't know. And if we don't know, we don't know. So that's okay. That most captivating and beautiful testimony will go down in the Supreme Court's history. Thank you. God damn it. Easy does it, Judge. God damn it. A man's life is at stake. I hope that this is the last time I will have to sully my lips with the coarse tones of your unbecoming tongue. Oh, forgive me. I do hope I haven't insulted anyone. Nah. Oliver sent band Patreon say. Not at all. There we go. See? There we are. Not at all. Not at all. It's a delight merely to hear you speak, dear lady. Jesus Christ. It seems very clear from your testimony that this boorish talk of the victim's burn is utterly irrelevant. Bruh. He totally didn't just insult the entire country. Yeah, I know, right? I will be speaking to your country's Minister of Justice about what has happened here today. The Minister of Justice? I don't know. It just seems like something he would do. May that irritating little bully of a student be given the harshest punishment possible. Wow. Amen. Huh? Thanks? Was that a prayer then? Well, you'll have to forgive the irritation, Miss Brett, and put up with the cross-examination now. I expect you've noticed that this little bully of a student, as you put it, doesn't miss much. Oh, kitty, kitty. Look at this baby right here. Hi. I'm using you for views. Yeah. Oh, it's a good baby. Put you back in frame. There you are. Ah, don't bite. Don't do it. I love you. Mwah. You go get, yeah, you go baby. All right, one. Here, have some more cat spray. Ugh. Views. Yeah. I'm sure I don't need to remind you, counsel, that this will be your final cross-examination in this trial. If you fail to demonstrate any problems with this witness's testimony, I will be ruling on the case immediately. Is that clear? It was from the first stream that commented, officer, yep, that's a dead body. True. What did you just do? Yes, Your Excellency. What was that Home Alone crap you just did there? Okay. Then you may proceed with the cross-examination. This game is silly. I love it. The victim's death. Unfortunately, I have no idea why the poor man burnt his wrist like that. Questionable, so we can press it. And I can go back and forth through the testimony too, so.
Yes!
But his hand was on the searing hot plate for at least 3 whole seconds. You can't not have noticed. Do you think so? Let me ask you something. Sorry? Ever since I arrived at this courtroom, and even still now, the fly on those unsightly black trousers of yours has been wide open. Oh, God. Is he gonna check? You can't not have noticed, can you? Okay, that's not a retort. That's not an answer. I'm pressing you. You're just insulting me. Huh? What? Ah! What fun. You hadn't realized. The dear lady is absolutely right. As your friend, you've embarrassed me as well as yourself, Ryunosuke. Why didn't you tell me? Dr. Wilson was a true English gentleman. He chose honorable silence over a vulgar scream. Can your tiny brains imagine such a thing? Oh, yes, I think my tiny brain can. Jesus
Yes!
Christ, man, have some self-respect. Well, I can't. Anyway. Oh, yeah. When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. I do want to press her on this. This could lead to the whole poison thing. So we're going to do that next.
Yes!
Yeah, that's why. She likes him. Anyway. Anyway, as you testified before, you were drinking carbonated water, is that right? Dr. Wilson was only permitted to drink water at that time, if you remember. Which explains why he ordered that drink. Correct, waiter? Correct, waiter.
Exactly as you say, sir.
Although,
whether or not the professor actually drank any of the water when I delivered the steak to the table, I'm afraid I don't remember that. Damn you.
I have enough English to understand that at least. For the benefit of the others in the court, it means bless you.
Oh god. I think it means the exact opposite.
Anyway. As far as I've heard, the postmortem report showed no other possible cause of death besides the gunshot.
Actually, let me go to the court record and see about that, actually. I have to go to present each and every time? That's so stupid. Ugh. But the report. Post-mortem report. Death occurred a little after 2 p.m. and was caused by loss of blood from a gunshot to the chest. The bullet did not pass through the victim's body. But we know that the glass was drunk. I don't know when this was taken exactly. But it was given by the waiter. Okay. Here we can see there's a little bit of water, and if we go back and look at the other one, we can see that the glass is now empty when the second photo is taken here. So somebody drank that. It's on his side of the table, too. She poisoned him for good grades. Man must be packing some heat down there.
Hi, kitty kitty. Who's a good girl?
Wait, how did she hear about it? Why did she check up on this? If she's just an innocent bystander, she shouldn't know that the autopsy report says that. That doesn't make sense. So, unless we've talked about it in court enough. But then again, she wasn't there for that. I'm gonna press her on this.
Yes!
Yes, it's written here in the paperwork. Fatal hemorrhage from ballistic trauma.
Yes. Luckily for all of us, a little burn on the wrist isn't going to kill us.
And as there were no other signs of trauma on the victim's body to indicate some other cause of death.
It could only have been the bullet from your gun that put an end to this innocent man's life.
But it doesn't make sense. The burn must have happened straight away, when the plate was first brought to the table by the waiter. Yes, that's true. If it had cooled even slightly, it wouldn't have been able to make a burn like that. And if the victim burnt his wrist on the very hot plate as soon as it was brought out from the kitchen, then he must have already been dead at that point.
Objection!
And yet, the fact that the victim was killed by a gunshot to the chest?
The fact is that Okay.
Until you're able to show the court evidence to disprove that, this is a complete waste of time.
Metaphor. Yep. Imagine if he wasn't actually dead. He turned into a llama instead. I got the poison. The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. I concur. Prosecutor Ouchie is right.
Ah! Alright. If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. That's a dare. We can show you how another way could have been done with evidence, yes, but if we mess it up, I'm going to lose one of my health points. And so we're going to... Okay, what I want to do is press her, and then if the cross-examination like tries to loop again, I'll load it. That's what I'll do.
Yes!
Without leaving a trace. If someone is shot or strangled or stabbed or thrown from a height. However a person's life is taken, there are always telltale traces of the body. Quite right, dear lady. And as our police force has thoroughly examined the body of the deceased, there can be no doubt. Isn't that right, Inspector Hasanova? As I've said, I've always aimed for a flawless investigation. There would be physical traces with all those causes of death, that's true. But maybe there's some other way of killing someone that doesn't leave a mark. If, heaven forbid, you doubt me, young man, you're going to have to tell everyone how exactly you think the professor did lose his life. Otherwise, I'm afraid your argument rather falls flat, doesn't it? Oh no, perish the thought, calling such a sweet young lady's innocence into question. On my honor, I, take suchi ouchie. Takatsuchi ouchie, maybe? I think it's... Hey, what's going on, Devin? Welcome to the stream. Hello. Taked such a ouchie. Taked such a ouchie. I'm gonna call him Taked such a ouchie. We'll cut down any who dare cast such aspersions. There we go. Hello, hello. A way of killing someone that leaves no trace. We need some evidence to back us up here. Yes, evidence. Okay, so she's gonna loop. Okay, that's fine. Oh, no, this is the end of it. But of course, this country's inferior investigative techniques probably wouldn't pick up on it anyway. I'm gonna press her on
Yes!
that. Inferior? What do you mean by that? In the lands of the great British Empire, the police store everything found at the crime scene for later examination. But in this country, you investigate once and that's the end of it, isn't that so? Quite right. La Carnival is open for business as usual today, just days after the incident. Exactly, which means that even if the investigation takes a different direction... Oh, is he poisoned too? He had some of the poison, but not enough of it to kill him, just make him sick. I bet you that's what happened. He's proof of the poison. Oh my god. Okay, what's going on, Janine? Hi. Welcome to the stream. Alright. Exactly. Exactly. Which means that even if the investigation takes a different direction, vital evidence may be lost. It doesn't even occur to your naive detectives to try to preserve the crime scene. Oh. I'm trying to be as tactful about this as I can, you understand. Haha! A killer blow! The lady is as formidable as she is beautiful. Amazing. He's actually admitting our police... He's actually admitting our police may be flawed. Oh yeah, Ouchie is, for sure. Perhaps Prosecutor Ouchie is finally starting to see sense. Maybe. I very much doubt that. Still, there's something about what Miss Brett just said. There was a moment before when something didn't quite seem right. Yeah, him. He's the guy. What do you think, Rinosuke? I think it's going terribly. No matter how much I press her, I'm not turning up any new information. Yes, as I suspected. She's a tough witness. We need to find a way to break her testimony, or the cross-examination will be over. But that would mean I have to find a way. There must be some clue somewhere to help us find a chink in her armor. Kazuma! What, Rinosuke? There is one thing I noticed. Something that's been bothering me. Bothering you? You mean about Miss Brett? Actually, no. Oh, we need to address him. About the person standing next to her, Inspector Hasanoga. The detective? Yes, he seemed to react a little strangely to Miss Brett's last statement. I was wondering if it might be significant, if it might present an opening, maybe. Alright, I have an idea. Try pressing her on that last statement one more time. Okay. If you think so, but this time, instead of targeting the woman herself, let's see what we can get out of the detective. Alright then. I wonder what Kazuma's thinking. I'll find out soon enough, I suppose, once I press Miss Brett on her last statement again. So this is the way it was supposed to go. That's cool. Blood was breathing. Yeah, I know. It's blood everywhere. It's crazy. Fortunately, I have no idea why the poor man burnt his wrist like that, so we have to go to the last statement and press her again. Okay. There it is.
Yes!
Inferior? What do you mean by that? In the lands of the Great British Empire, the police store everything found at the crime scene for later examination. But in this country, you investigate once and that's the end of it. Isn't that so? Right, La Carnival. We've seen this. What do I do? What do I do? Okay. Okay, we saw that. Ah, here it is. Yes! There it is again. The detective's reaction is just the same as before. Why? Up until now, the detective has been in the stand with Miss Brett as her interpreter. I know, right? But things are very different now. For this testimony, the detective is just listening to what the Englishwoman has to say. This could be a golden opportunity. What do you mean? When people are actually testifying, they're usually very careful not to let anything slip. However, when they're listening to someone else speak, you'll find they often let their guard down. You're right. Look at him. He's lost in his own thoughts. Ugh. It's time to pursue the man and his train of thought. Sorry? Pursue? I'll explain how to do it now, Ryunosuke. It's all to do with the witness marker. What marker? This thing? Whoa, what's this? At the moment, we're focused on Miss Brett, who's the person actually making the current testimony, or statement. Oh, we can switch! That's new. Look at this. Look at this fanciness that we got going on in the courtroom today. Ah. But by moving the marker left and right with A and D, you can turn your attention to other people in the stand. When you're looking at the other witnesses, you'll be able to pursue them with space. If you can catch the person at just the right time, you might uncover some new information to pursue. Super fancy. All these games have such good music. I don't know, but it's real good, yeah. Just looks at his hand. Dahlia did that, prisoner. Oh. You brought Dahlia back up? You bastard! No, I'm just kidding. If you can catch the person at just the right time, you might uncover some new information to pursue. If you ever notice a strange atmosphere amongst the people on the stand, take a good look around. Alright then, so first I should move the marker across with A&D and focus on the detective. Then pursue him with space and see what's on his mind. Here we go.
Wait.
There we go. And then pursue.
Excuse me.
Oh, we got excuse me here. What the? Wow, that didn't go well. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to shock you. He's really lost in his thoughts, deeply. It looks like you were thinking something just now, Inspector. Perhaps having heard what the lady next to you had to say? If there's something you'd like to say, please share it with the court.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? It's the delightful Englishwoman who's testifying at the moment. If you can't find fault with her testimony, then the cross-examination should be over immediately. Oh, is that how it works? Absolutely not. The detective is in the stand, which makes him a valid witness. Yes! Not to mention the fact that he's intimately involved in the case.
Inspector Hasanoga,
Yes?
do you have something to add in relation to the statement just made by Miss Brett?
Well, yes. If you don't mind, I would like to speak. Uh-oh, Brett's noticing. The lady is right. Our country's police practices are not as modern as those used in Great Britain.
Which is why I, Satoru Hosonaga,
Always strive to make every investigation I'm involved in flawless. What do you really mean by that?
I'll tell you what I mean. I won't have evidence lacking on my watch.
I'm not afraid to take everything I can from the scene of the crime. It's preserving evidence, you see.
I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief. I'm not ashamed of what I've done.
Inspector, huh? A crime scene thief.
Well, it looks like the lady's remarks touched a nerve there.
Take this, for example. Is that? This is the bottle of carbonated water that I took to the victim's table on the day in question. And yes, it's lost all of its fizz, having been opened 3 days ago now. But it was carbonated water. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, there's some left in the bottle. I can see it. One day, our police force will be among the best in the world. The time is coming. I guarantee it. I can't say I condone the witness's actions, but I do understand the sentiment. Court will accept this glass bottle as evidence. Glass carbonated water bottle. The carbonated water and the victim and Miss Brett shared on the day of the murder. It was on the victim's table. And now we have motivation for her taking her glass away from the table. Miss Brett. Can you confirm that this is indeed the bottle from which you drank on the day of the victim's death? Yes, it was that bottle. What was that about? She seemed to avert her eyes when she answered the judge's question. Technically,
Yeah, all of that's it can't just be submitted. Every piece of evidence needs to be approved by the court on discovery, and then you're supposed to submit it as evidence during your argument. And if it's in the discovery, it's allowed in at the time of like making your argument. They're just skipping the whole discovery thing and moving right along, which is illegal, yes. But that's American court. I don't know. If people read? Yeah, of course they read. Yeah, they've read a book once or twice. I think they were forced to in school. Yeah. Very well. Counsel, you may resume the cross-examination. And the inspector will kindly control his fervor.
Unfortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burnt his wrist like that. When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our glasses to a toast.
New evidence. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. Never even thought of pursuing another witness over the current witness's statements. That was a great idea of yours, Consuma. Well, it's all thanks to you noticing that the detective had reacted strangely to what the lady said. I had never guessed that he had all that bubbling away under the surface. Ha! Bubbling away. Carbonated water. To be honest, you keep surprising me at every turn. Sorry? Oh, never mind. So we know that Dr. Wilson was killed around the time the steak was brought to his table, and by some means that left no physical trace on his body. If we could just demonstrate how it was done. I do have one idea about that, and about how the professor was killed. Maybe I should just present the evidence and see what happens. Okay, cool. They're saying get on with it. Thank you. Toph, any ideas for a short, simple icebreaker questions? Yes. So what I like to do is ask a couple of questions. Icebreakers are typically harder to do because it's like a cold open, but you can. And some of my favorites are like, yeah, D&D alignment. That's a really fun one. I like that. That's funny. Have you watched any good shows lately? Usually people, especially with all the streaming platforms and everything available, usually have a favorite show or something that they're interested in. And asking about like a show will give them sort of an open field to work with on how to answer. They can answer with anything. So, and you get to know a little bit more about them. Movies are another good one. Games are another good one. But I think that's my top one. What's your favorite show? Because that allows for some variable type answers to come back with. Asking what's your favorite blank is usually a good idea. Or you can offer up one of your own. Hey, have you seen whatever movie, show, game, whatever? Have you heard about this? Have you heard about that? It's real good. Might be up your alley. What do you usually watch? You know, that kind of thing. I had to ask about that a lot while working at Blockbuster. So that's how I would like open with customers. I'd be like, hey guys, any particular like feeling you want? Like, what's your favorite genre? I think that's one of my favorite questions. What's your favorite genre of movie? Because people have all kinds of tastes. It's great. And you get to learn if you can pick up on like one that you want to see later. So then you get suggestions. Favorite comfort food is a good one. Favorite animal is another. But I don't know if many people there would play D&D. Okay, yeah. If you're, you can always like read a room and see what they're usually like interested in. Pretty obvious. You can overhear them, or you can do that and like get an idea. Just don't eavesdrop, you know. That's bad. Ooh, favorite bad movie is a good one. I like that.
Intentionally bad film. Yeah. What's your favorite? That'd be a good one. Open with that one. Unfortunately, I have no idea what the poor man burns. Okay, so I'm gonna introduce the idea that the waiter could have been poisoned. I want to take a look at this a little closer. Maybe we look near the top. I can't find anything out of place. Okay. Okay, here we go. Art club's first meeting. Oh. You could ask them their favorite pieces. Depends on what the art is, but I imagine it's like drawing or something else. Or if they have one that they're particularly proud of, a drawing or a... Yeah, art medium is a good one. Yeah. So this carbonated water is the last drink Dr. Wilson ever had. It looks like there's a little left in the bottle, although it's just plain water by now. You know, I've been sweating so much, I'm absolutely parched. I'll just have a sip to keep me going. No! No, Ryunosuke, you can't do that. For one thing, that's evidence. You can't go drinking evidence. Oh no, you're right. We don't know what might be inside, do we? You never cease to amaze me, Ryunosuke. In more ways than one. Yeah. I wonder, could there be anything in this water? What's the matter? You've gone quiet all of a sudden. I think I might have just worked something out. An interesting possibility. Cool. Good. What if we tried to, like, examine that? Just... Okay, no. Alright, we're going back. Okay, cool. So, we could probably present that... If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. Here we go. This is the appropriate one. So let's try to save. And we're going to present the bottle.
Yes!
What is this? A bottle of water? It was just submitted to court. What do you mean? Yeah. Dallas, Texas. I think I got another scam call. Actually, there is one method of killing a man without leaving a trace that comes to mind. Obviously, I'm referring to poison. Hey! Poison, everybody. Poison. On the day of his death, we know that Dr. Wilson drank from this bottle of carbonated water. Could it be that there was poison inside? Could it be that the professor actually died after taking a sip from his glass? Order, order, order. And on that day, who is sitting at the same table as the professor and able to slip the poison into his drink? There's only one person who could possibly have done it. Giselle Brett, it was you! Oh, goodness me. Oh, no! There's a moth in here. It scared me. That's a big moth. When I was little, I used to be terrified of moths because my dad once said, when a moth got in, that they're brain-sucking moths. And I believed him because I was like 4. This is outrageous, to suggest such a thing without a scrap of evidence. You little rookie imbecile! Have you even considered the delicate situation our country finds itself in now? Have you forgotten that we only just signed an accord of friendship with the British Empire? Have you even the vaguest inkling that your rash accusations could jeopardize the entire treaty?
Objection!
Butterflies and dragonflies, too. Perfect. This is not a political arena. This is a trial to determine one's individual guilt with respect to the crime. What? The fact that this woman is British makes no difference. We're here to determine the truth. If I may. I will silence you forever. Oh. It is you who should be silent. Of course. Dear lady. Oh, that was a thing. Where did that come from? She just snapped. I'm afraid I may have spoken unfairly before. I offer my most humble apologies.
I'm sorry, my lady. To what are you referring?
I described your police force as inferior. But no matter how inferior they may be, you still investigated this particular point thoroughly, I believe. The bottle, I mean, Inspector, and whether it contained poison or not.
Of course.
You did?
Have you forgotten what my guiding principle is already? I strive for a flawless investigation every time.
I don't believe it.
Naturally, we tested the inside of the bottle and its contents, but not the glass, did you? Ha! And what did you find, Inspector?
She is done without you sipping. Yeah, so true.
I ordered tests for every toxin that's available in this country at the present time.
In this country? How limited is that? Or how unlimited?
We could find no trace of poison of any description in the bottle of carbonated water, Your Excellency.
What? Are you sure?
The tests were meticulously carried out by the chief coroner himself.
No. No! I'm very grateful to all you Japanese. You've successfully established my complete innocence in this horrid affair. Thank you. But of course, dear lady, the pleasure was all ours. I was so sure.
This can't be right. Everything falls into place if he was poisoned. Thank you, Counsel. I think that cross-examination has clarified everything. As the prosecution have asserted, a shot to the chest from the gun is the only conceivable cause of death. Furthermore, the accused, who by his own admission was holding this weapon, is the only possible culprit.
I'm done for.
Unfortunately not, no. The court wishes to apologize for the great inconvenience this has caused you, Miss Brett.
Oh no. I'm just glad the matter is resolved.
Before proceeding, I must ask counsel for the defense. Do you have any further new evidence to present the court at this point? Yes, I do. I absolutely do. 100% do. I know exactly what to show you.
Kazuma?
I'm sorry, Ryunosuke. I have nothing more.
Well, if you'll excuse me now, I really must be leaving.
Hold it
Thank you. Oh! Yeah! We don't even know who this woman is, not really. She just keeps assisting the other professor who offered Kazuma the chance to go to England. So she's like a student, I guess? Or teacher's pet? Or the professor's wife? I really don't know. Please wait. Isn't that... What is the meaning of this? Forgive me for intruding on the court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikutaba. Oh, she's like his daughter then. Okay, I think. Judicial assistant to the defense. Mikotoba? Or his wife. I don't know. In my darkest hour, with nowhere left to go, she appeared like a bolt of lightning. And in her hand, she carried a small package wrapped in a furoshiki cloth. Oh, she's got new evidence. Maya's ancestors. Yeah, for real. Well, this was fun. This was so fun. And it ends at exactly the right time I needed to end. Because I gotta stop this. I'm sorry. But we can save the progress. And I can read chat as we get ready to depart. I'm sorry. But yeah, we saved, so saving is done. I want everyone to remember that because I don't want to have to double save and all that. But anyway, so this has been super fun. We're going to continue this, of course, next week. Same time, same place, here at Tofinator, the YouTube channel. There we go. And it'll be Tuesday again. So, I know, I'm sorry. It'll be a Tuesday night. Next Tuesday night. When is that? It's going to be... the 12th. Okay. So come back on the 12th and we'll continue the court case. Read the comments. Okay. Toph Tuesdays. That's right. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, Devin. Absolutely. Watch from the beginning. But yeah. Thanks everybody so much for watching. If you're a fan and you want to support the channels and the work that I do, you can always go to patreon.com/Tofinator, and I'll put it in chat so everybody can look at it. Patreon.com/Tofinator. There we go. And of course, thanks and shout outs go to Andrew, the Big Boy Smith for 2069, and Cal. So thank you to both of you, and if you join the Discord, or we have fun stuff there. If you become a patron, you'll have your name flashed at the end of these, like I like to do. All right, remember to like and subscribe, do all the fun things, hit the bell, and I'll see you next Tuesday, huh? In the meantime, join me over on my Twitch for more shenanigans later on in the week. Because I may feel like streaming. I am trying to do this weekly thing to not burn myself out, and it's been really good. And yes, and thanks to Devin for the amazing voice work that was introduced on stream. So that was awesome. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye. Oh, shoot. Not yet, not yet. Cancel. Not yet. Cancel. We'll do the ending there. There we go. Patreon members, Andrew Smith and Cal. Appreciate y'all. And everybody who watched today. Thank you. Bye-bye.